So we were just asking you the concept of the American dream.
I don't know that everybody has the same dream. I mean, mine was to be able to raise a family, do for them what my parents did for me, enjoy, do some of the things I enjoy doing, be able to, as I say, call my own shots, do the things I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. But everybody's American dream is different. For some it's raise a family. For some it's I want to be a millionaire and I want to be successful. I want to be the president. People don't typically dream about and want to do badly. So typically it's I want to be successful. Mm-hmm. But to have things at least as good if you have them now, if not better, and we can do that. For me, it was I wanted to go. Originally, I wanted to be a doctor, but that went away. I wanted to go into the Air Force and fly, which I got to do. I wanted to be a federal agent after that, and I got to do that. I had a real interest in counterespionage, and I got to do that. I had when I was done with the Air Force, I wanted to get an education. I had a chance to do that. I wanted to get an administration. It's all, I've been able to do a lot of what I've wanted to do. Part of that is I've been at the right place at the right time. I've been really lucky, and I, spent a lot of time in school getting here.
One last question I would like to ask you is about education, mm-hmm. how it has changed since the 1960s. So now.
How it's changed?
Yeah, how it's changed or the same?
A lot more variety. There's more available to you now. We didn't have necessarily the breadth of classes you've got, in other words, the variety of classes, but we had an incredible amount of depth to it. My Algebra 2 class is what you would now call Algebra 2 and function, stats, and trig, and math analysis and pre-calculus. I mean, all those classes rolled into one is what I had my junior year of high school. U.S. history, where I went to school, was 2 years. I mean, you got a really in-depth background on it. So you didn't have an incredible variety, but you got a tremendous amount of depth. Yeah. Didn't have the variety of athletics that are available now. It was much more structured. You guys could, first of all, you would be at a dress code where I went to school. Really? Collared shirts, slacks, no jeans, leather shoes, and socks. Okay. Didn't wear ties to school, though friends of mine did. Students were incredibly polite and respectful. You could get suspended for cutting a class. That was really the big one. Smoking in the boys. Remember guys getting nailed for that. That was probably the biggest thing. They did suspension for. They'd ditch, and you'd get a 3-day suspension for ditching a class. Now you get a 3-day holiday for it. So but discipline was a lot stricter, a lot faster. More importantly, parents backed the school. We didn't have a lot of problems because parents backed administration and teachers. Worse than getting sent to the principal's office was having to go home having been sent to the principal's office. And that, to me, is probably the single biggest difference.
In those, did that ever happen to you when
Nope.
you were sent?
Worse, I got 1 detention in 4 years. I walked into Mrs. Johnson's English class in 11th grade, 30 seconds late. The reason was I grew up in that high school district. My dad was a teacher there, and I knew Mr. Van Etten had been Uncle Jack when I was a little kid, and Mr. Ray had been Uncle Charlie when I was a little kid, so I knew all these people, and I spent too much time one day saying hi to all these people that I'd known as Uncle this or Uncle that, and I got to class 30 seconds late, and I had a 30-minute detention one time.
So tardiness was even more strict.
Absolutely, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You just didn't. You didn't miss class. I think in high school I missed a total of 7 days in 4 years. There were students with perfect attendance. Attendance rate was higher, just incredibly high. There were no office aides. There were no easy classes. You were in a class all day. There was no going home early. There were no unscheduled periods. You had a study hall, but you had a study hall. You had a place you had to be. You had your homework out. I enjoyed those because it was a great way to get work done before I went home. I can get a lot done in study hall.
All right. Well, thank you. For
Oh gosh,
the
not at all,
interview.
guys. This is, you can take. By the way, just so you know, there are whole classes, college courses on the 60s.